This performance from Choir, Choir, Choir was just days after the death of Gord Downie, and I know a lot of my friends in Toronto turn to you guys from Choir, Choir, Choir when a beloved musician dies, and that's why I'm so excited this morning on Breakfast Television, because I'm a bit of a fangirl here, that we get to learn more about what you guys do and how Vancouverites can sing with you guys tonight. Nobu, can you tell us how it all got started and kind of what your mandate is for people who are unfamiliar with it?
Choir, 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 we just bring large groups of people together to sing. There's no auditions. You can show up once. There's no commitment. You can show up every day for the rest of your life. And we break down iconic pop songs and we teach them to large groups. And
it's incredibly accessible. I had the pleasure of singing with you guys when you did the David Bowie tribute at the Planetarium. Yeah. That was earlier this year or late last year.
You were there.
I was there.
Nice.
I was the group that couldn't figure out our part.
That was the whole group.
Was it all of us? We just kind of failed you?
We were all in space. It was great.
Real.
It was great.
I think what you guys do is incredibly emotional and of value, but you bring a sense of humor to it as well, especially you.
You're
very catty.
Hey.
He's very catty. It's true.
Where am I in this?
So what's the process? How do you guys come up with who's singing what parts?
I mean, it's you try to find sort of a range that works for the most amount of people and I don't know. That's an interesting question. How do you find out who sings what parts? I mean, people self-separate into different groups.
Maybe I'll rephrase it as, how do you guys figure out what the parts are?
We sort of developed a sort of style of arranging early on, and we have sort of a sound, and so it kind of makes sense at this point. It's pretty easy to find songs that we think will work for Choir, Choir, Choir.
And you don't have to know if you're a soprano or an alto when you show up.
The trick is keeping it fun, and I think what we've really learned is how to present songs to people who either may not know the song or consider themselves to be singers, to feel like they can fit into this group and that there's a place for them, whether they're professional or not,
So now that you guys are becoming known for these emotional tributes to late artists, do you have a list of artists who may pass away, and you're prepared with the work before it happens?
We celebrate music every single week. That's why we are doing what we do. We're in a period where a lot of our heroes are unfortunately dying, and so we feel like we're going to celebrate a song no matter what, and depending on the artist and depending on our connection or our community's connection to the artist, that's one element of Choir, Choir, Choirs that we've become a place where people can collectively grieve, but there's so many other elements to what Choir, Choir, Choir is as well.
Those are the ones that people have really paid the most attention to because they're feeling it the most that particular week. If we had done a Tragically Hip night a week before Gord Downie had sadly passed away, a lot less people would have been feeling that in that moment, so we're always going by feel, which is one of the fun things about it, is we get to sort of decide what we want to do when people are feeling it and what we're feeling.
And thankfully, we did a tribute to Leonard Cohen, but we also sang his songs before he went because, they're just beautiful, amazing songs,
So then let's take away the tribute aspect of it. You have weekly nights in Toronto where people come, and it's alcohol friendly, so it has a completely different spirit to it?
We try to create spaces that are fun, creative, and allow people to play. And some of those spaces at our weeklies in Toronto do involve alcohol if people decide that they want to have a drink. But we also do all ages shows in theaters, and we tour across North America. And so, we try to keep it dynamic and fun for everybody.
Great. Well, let's see if there's anyone interested tonight in singing with you guys. You're going to be at Pacific Centre?
Yeah. So last year we were at the CF Toronto Eaton Centre, and we did What a Wonderful World, and so we're back this year doing. This is the 4th of 4 dates around CF properties around the country. 2 in Toronto, Calgary was last night, and then Vancouver is tonight. It's their 2nd annual tree lighting, and we get to lead everybody in a version of Last Christmas, the George Michael Wham song. It was a beautiful song,
which sort of means more this year because he sadly passed away last Christmas on Christmas Day, which was just you know, really tragic. And the song's meant a lot to us, so we're happy we get to sing it. This has been one of the most important songs we've sung over the history of choir. So.
And we're filming a huge video, so everyone who comes out will be under this gorgeous, huge Christmas tree.
Well, you might end up being in a viral choir video. You never know.
Yeah, it's up to the world to make it viral, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And
Singing in the rain.
And we get to kick off the holidays
tonight.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. It's a pleasure to have you on Breakfast Television.
Right on,
have fun tonight at Pacific Center and sing along with Choir, Choir, Choir. BT continues after this.